I mean, these are a great pair of speakers, and we got to talk about why. How's it going, guys? Justin here from Waltz, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Kanto YU4 speakers. That's right, these are some awesome desktop speakers that I got the privilege to open up and unbox. And before we really get into the bulk of the video, let's cut and watch the unboxing process. All right, so getting into the box, you have your welcome, your manuals, which I can put that to the side for now. And then nice padded foam, make sure it doesn't get damaged in shipping. And voila, comes in fancy white cloths. That's always fun. This must be all the components, which we'll open up in just a second here. I want to get these guys out of the box. Looks like that's going to be everything. And here we go. Wow. Oh yeah, definitely did a great job on the design. This is the standard one, and then we got the one with all the inputs coming over here. And just like that, we got the U4s ready to go. We're also going to need the components to make it work. Fortunately, it's not completely wireless. Do need wires. Shocker. We got quite a few things in this box, actually. So we got the remote, which we can use to change inputs, control volume, all that stuff. We'll look at that a little bit later. And then it does come with the speaker wire here, which is labeled, but you got to look for it. There's a red and there's a black, so you want to make sure that you match that up to the back and that everything is tight and secured. Looks like they give you an aux cable in case you don't have one. That's kind of cool. Usually they don't include that kind of stuff. And then of course your power cord. All right, so what we're gonna do here is I'm gonna show you guys on the other camera where to put the wire so that you're not too confused. All right, so you're gonna wanna make sure that you match the wires up correctly. So on this guy, we have black and red. So all you're gonna have to do is loosen up this guy until you see the hole right at the front of the jack. Just put the black in the black, tighten that down, make sure it's nice and tight so that it stays secure, because if it falls out, you will not get any audio. First one's hooked up, now we just gotta hook it up back to the main speaker. And then once you have it nice and tight, you can go ahead and hook it up to power. And if you go Bluetooth route, you can start listening to Bluetooth. We'll talk more about the connections, but I'm gonna try Bluetooth, so that's where we're gonna start. Now make sure that I record a sound test, but for now, I'm just going to power them on and kind of give you my initial thoughts. Kanto does a great job boxing their products, and it was really fun to unbox this one in particular. But let's talk more about the sound quality and what I heard when I was testing it. So as far as speakers on this particular model, it's going to have a 4-inch driver and a 1-inch tweeter. Now, before we go any farther, I think we should probably talk about all the different inputs that these have. It can be quite confusing if you're not very familiar with how desktop speakers are run, and there's just a couple things that I want to mention. Bluetooth, you need it, you want it, it has it. And also an auxiliary jack, so you can easily play the music from your cell phone, and this makes it really easy to play something that you can't find on your computer, or if you want to have your friend maybe try them out. It's just really nice to have both those connections ready to go. So something really unique about these Kanto speakers is the fact that they have 2 optical ports, so you can plug them into your computer or TV, and I just thought that was something pretty cool that I should probably point out. Oh, and I almost forgot, if you guys are enjoying the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. It really does help me out. Now, if you take a look at the unit which has the amplifier in it, it has a knob on the right side of it that you can turn to adjust the volume. But not only does it adjust the volume, if you press down on it, you can change the source, and this makes it really easy to go between Bluetooth, optical, whatever you got plugged in. And if you're not near the speakers and you don't want to press the button, you can just use this nice Kanto remote. Oh, and did I mention the fact that this does have ground and RCA so that you can plug a turntable in? Now, I mentioned the remote a few seconds ago. I want to emphasize that you really do need to use this remote. Why? Because it has bass and treble control. So depending on what kind of music you're listening to, you really want to mess with this and make sure that you're, tuning it to what kind of music you're going to listen to the most. Me personally, I listen to a lot of hip hop, rap, so I'm going to want, to have the bass up a little bit. Now, you're probably not going to want to go to the max amount of bass or the max amount of treble because you want it to sound somewhat balanced. So I found that, between 2 or 3 notches is kind of where the bass sounds the best overall. Especially when I was switching between music just to test that. I believe there's 4 or 5 levels. I probably wouldn't recommend going all the way to 4 or 5, but that's not just on these speakers. That would be anything. It's just something you want to keep in mind. And besides, if you really want that much bass, you're not going to get it out of 2 small speakers. You're going to need a sub, which, by the way, Kanto does make a sub 8, which I do recommend. If you have another sub laying around, you can use it, but if you don't have a sub, you should probably just go with Kanto, which, by the way, both of these will be in the description. Now, a couple of things that I did notice when listening to these speakers is the fact that the claps, the crisps, the drums, the vocals, all that was very crisp and it never sounded like it was getting muffled or distorted. So I think that these speakers are very accurate in an audio sense. I'm not an audiophile expert, so, take my opinion with a grain of salt, but they sound pretty darn good. Not to mention the build quality matches the audio quality. So, when you get these, knock on them and you'll know what I mean. Now, another cool thing about Kanto in particular is that they have a ton of different accessories that you can get for these guys, tons of different stands and other things that you might be interested in. So I'll make sure to leave that also linked down in the description. But other than that, I think that pretty much wraps up the video. We're going to do a sound test here after I close off, so make sure you listen to that. But if you guys have any questions, make sure to leave them down in the comments section. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. We will see you in the next one. That's going to be all for this one, and if you guys haven't already, check out some of our other cool videos on products like these. If you guys are interested in getting the best deal on this product, email YouTube@Waltz. And if you're new here, be sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any future videos or deals.